6:53. We continue on a Wednesday morning. She is back with us from Wayless MD and Wellness. They're in the Southport Plaza in Kenosha, waylessmd.com. She is Sherry Stoka. Sherry, hello and welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Nice to have you back. We've got business to discuss here, things to talk about. Front and center, semaglutide. We talked about this before. Some folks out there may be familiar with it as Ozempic, but let's revisit this and let's talk about what this does for you concerning weight loss.
Yeah, so it's a newer medication that the FDA approved, maybe like 6 months ago for weight loss and for type 2 diabetes. And so essentially, this is a glucagon-like peptide, so it's a hormone that stimulates more insulin, basically. So we talk about metabolic health all the time, right? And a big piece to that is elevated blood sugars and clearing the sugar out of the blood so that you can actually burn fat and that type of thing. So essentially, this is really supporting that whole insulin sensitivity process, but it also targets the appetite receptors. So it really helps with hunger and cravings and that type of thing.
Now, Pete, newsman Pete, has been doing the semaglutide for how long? You been doing this stuff now, Pete?
It feels like probably 3 or 4 months at this point. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but the first thing you notice when you go on the semaglutide, or the glutide as I call it, shorthand,
the glute,
is your portion size goes down. And it's almost involuntary at that point. Like you don't want to eat as much as you did. You can't eat as much as before. And that really helps, like you say, the cravings and the calorie intake, and really helps support that whole process.
The cravings, that's a huge thing. If you get something like this, the semaglutide, that can curb that. And that's when people go on weight loss programs, cravings are like the number one killer. That's the toughest thing to deal with.
When I was in the grocery store the other day, this is a true story. I was walking past, down the aisle, and the candy aisle comes up, and I looked and I went, meh. And I kept going.
God bless you, man.
You know what I mean? It just was of no interest to me. So it's crazy to say, but
you hear that a lot.
Yeah. Now, the semaglutide program that you guys are incorporating here at Wayless MD, how is it different from other stuff that you guys offer?
Yes. So this is such a great option for people because it doesn't require you to be perfect as far as like a structured meal plan. Our other quick weight loss programs work so well, but I tell people all the time, like, you have to be prepared and committed to follow it, a very structured plan. So this one allows you to be free to eat, different foods. It's not like calorie restrictive. We definitely want people to improve their diet if it is, poor and highly processed. But for the most part, it does give you that flexibility.
And that doesn't mean you can go out and eat an entire bag of potato chips. I mean, there's still discipline there.
You're not going to want to, though. That's the best part.
You're not going to want to. Exactly. And I mean, and we hear it all the time. It's like people can't believe that they're finally losing and they're not really trying. Well, so that's the really cool part about it.
The timing on this is beautiful because I know Wayless MD and Wellness is running a special on this for November and December. And this is, we're coming up on a very tough time of the year. You got Halloween candy and then all of a sudden it's holidays. So this is a great time to get started.
Yes, exactly. So we decided to do a promo with the semaglutide for that reason, because again, people don't want to be structured, during, they want to try different things. And this is really going to help people with those, like Pete said, with those cravings. You're not going to fall off while you're on the semaglutide because those cravings just literally go away for the majority of people.
Now, Sherry, can I still do this online? Does it require an office visit? Exactly what is the process for it?
Yeah. So people can sign up on our website and they just go to weight loss and it says semaglutide injections. It'll talk about the whole promo. But essentially, you do have to come in for your initial assessment. So we do a medical assessment and then it requires bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks you come in and pick up your injection. So this is an injectable. So you inject subcutaneously once a week, super easy. So you do have to pick those up every 2 weeks, and we kind of.
I would just say the injection is quick and painless. If I can do it without wincing and without any problems, anybody can.
If you're a diabetic, you do this every day. If you're on insulin, it's the same kind of shot, subcutaneous, right in the skin. It's no big deal. And from what I can tell here, the benefits are just extraordinary for this, and people should be running over to Wayless MD and Wellness today to get going on this because, like I said, the timing right before the holiday season. Yeah, you don't want to be on something that's totally structured and, finger pointing and don't have that and don't have. You want to have a little flexibility. So check it out. Now, Sherry, if folks want to find out more about semaglutide or any of the great programs you have in person, online, how do they get a hold of you? How do they get more info?
Yes, you can definitely call us at 262-226. I'm like, wait, what's my number? 226-2046. And then, or of course the website, like I said, and then just going to the weight loss options, and then you'll get all the information you need there.